Grand Rising, beautiful beings. It's Monday in the working week calendar. A beautiful start to the day. I woke up feeling quite refreshed. I must have slept well last night, which is a nice feeling. The full moon's been so bright, so bright. Even though it was a full moon in Aries, my rising in Aries, this one was a bit different. I didn't feel fiery, which is surprising for Aries rising. Yeah, it's been an interesting passage, and I did the full moon reading on Friday night. It was a beautiful ritual with the cards and spirit and the energies and the reading, and what came out twice was meditation. And you know, meditation is the quickest, cheapest, easiest tool at our disposal that we can utilize anywhere, anytime. And that comes with practice, and that comes with experience. Many moons ago, I used to drive quite a way just to go to spiritual classes, meditation groups, and psychic development. Best times. I learnt so much. And my soul sister, she was so catalytic in helping me find this place, and then everything just unfolded, because as soon as I started to meditate and learn about psychic development, spiritual laws, the unseen worlds, it's like this place started to make sense to me. And meditation, when I first started to learn to meditate, I had this overwhelming memory of when I was a child falling asleep in bed. I had the same sensation. It is like falling into a void. It's like all of a sudden you become so expansive. It's like body but no body, and then you become this thin thread at the same time. Very unusual experiences, and I experienced the same sensation in my 30s when I first started learning meditation. I was like, I know this feeling. I used to get it when I was a child. So it was very comforting for me. It was a very, not a familiar, but it's just, I know this feeling. And meditation has helped me since. And years ago, I used to carve out time deliberately. I was so disciplined and so dedicated of meditating every morning or at night time. It was absolutely part of my life, and it did wonders. It was amazing, the shifts and the changes that you go through, especially being able to journal your meditation afterwards. And that comes with practice. It's like anything. If you've not meditated before, or you say, oh, meditation is too difficult, or this, that, and the other, it just means you haven't found what's worked for you yet. There's many styles of meditation, and it's knowing which one to use at the appropriate time to actually help you. So when to meditate, where to meditate, why to meditate, how to meditate, what to meditate. And it's such a calming practice, and at first it's not going to, because you're learning something new. You're actually starting to change the operating system. So your left thinking brain, so used to being in charge, is going to struggle. You're going to struggle as you shift, because you haven't developed those new neural pathways yet. It comes from your discipline. It comes from your practice. It comes from you sitting down and doing it and doing it. and doing it and doing it. Some people it comes naturally to, some people it doesn't. It's not a competition, it's about finding what works for you. And there's many styles. And I find at times it's really important to know which style of meditation is going to help you, because if you're, say, struggling with something and you're triggered, or something's going on in your life that you're struggling with, there's no point sitting down meditating mantras or prayers, because what that's doing is overlaying on top of what the issue is. So you're actually not getting to the issue, you're just overlaying, you're distancing yourself even more from it, where you've got to be getting closer to it. So at those times, the self-reflection type meditations are really important, to ask yourself the questions, listen for the answers. Even if your mind's screaming at you, but what about this and what about that? Go and do this, go and do that. It's like persevere with asking those questions, because then once you get to what that is, that's when the answers then start to come. And really the prayers and the mantras are for times when we may be feeling depleted, we may be feeling disheartened, we may be feeling in reverence, we may be wanting to just give homage, instead of just doing prayers and mantras when we're struggling. Do prayers and mantras when life's going well. So meditation, when to meditate, that's up to you. It again is a personal experience. This is what I also love about it, because if you do choose to start introducing a meditation practice into your daily life, you're now engaging in your life, you're now engaging with your body, you're now engaging with other senses, you're now engaging with prioritizing yourself. So when you do, how you do it, well, this is what we're talking about. So when would suit you? My practice used to be in the morning, or my practice used to be at night time. So no television. Got rid of television a long time ago. And so either sitting and meditating, or reading, or listening to music, or doing all sorts of things. But meditation was a big one, because I used to love it. I used to go for journeys. You do either a guided meditation, or you can guide yourself. I used to run guided meditation groups, and it's an amazing journey, but it's also, you've got to be very mindful, because it's also like a form of hypnotherapy. Because what you're doing in meditation is you're quietening yourself, you're harmonizing your vibration to a point where you can almost tap into your unconscious mind. You're changing your brain waves. You're very much open to suggestion then. You're very much open to interpretation. You're actually open. So that for me, when I used to do guided meditations, there came a point where you knew you could get yourself and other people into that meditative state. Then you kind of like just leave it to the music, leave it to silence, leave it to nature, and then let them explore that landscape that they're in, and then start to bring them back into the body, back into the conscious mind. And instead of just going, okay, it's done, it's like there's a need to actually bring the people back into their body, so they feel grounded and in, and their aura is sealed again. And then you come back. So that's kind of like what hypnotherapy does. Hypnotherapy gets you into a different brainwave state, to then prompt questions, plant seeds. And you want to do that kind of work with someone that's really trusted, and someone that's not going to implant in you, but allow you to explore, to plant new seeds, if that makes sense. So I find realizing and this has come back to me in the last week or two, and especially with the full moon reading, that meditation came out twice. The cards, meditation, from 2 different decks. And realizing the importance of doing that to harmonize our own energies is vital at this time, especially over the next 2 weeks. And so I was thinking about, wow, my meditation style's changed so much, that I used to carve out that time and sit there and meditate, go through the inner process of relaxing the body, releasing tension, and I had my own script. Now what I do is I do it several times a day for not even 5 minutes. Then that way I'm more in a state of equilibrium over the course of the day, rather than that chunk of hour and a half of that meditation that a couple of hours later something could sideswipe you and then that's gone. Whereas putting into practice, choosing to stop and tune in into the body. So I just close my eyes. I bring my inner mind, my visioning, my dreaming, my focus, and I deliberately choose to bring it down to the tips of my toes, on my left foot, and then my focus goes to my right foot, and I try and tune in internally to the sensations of tuning into my toes. Can I feel my toes? Can I feel my socks? Can I feel my shoes? Can I feel the ground underneath me? And then I feel into the tension in them, and I just feel them. And part of what I do is just to give my body love, harmony, relax, release. And I go through up my legs, up my thighs, my buttocks, my pelvis, my hips, my knees, my ankles, my belly, my chest, my breasts, my shoulders, my collarbones, my shoulder blades, my back, my spine, my hips, my arms right down to my hands, holding the cup, waving around, my neck, my throat, up the back of my head. We hold a lot of tension there. We hold a lot of tension in our neck. So tuning in a lot, dropping those shoulders. Oh, they up around my ears. Am I holding tension tight in my body, as if I'm waiting for an impact, if you're waiting for something. So releasing and relaxing all of that. The jaw, the cheeks, the nose, the muscles around your eyes, that thin layer of muscle between your skull and your skin. Imagining all of me, all of my body, my skin, my nails, my hair. And slowing it down, slowing the breathing down, slowing my mind down. My mind's racing, I hone in one thought. Pick up on that. If I'm ruminating over one thought, can I ask myself, what's another way to look at that? Or just to sit and listen and be in gratitude. Remind myself how precious life is. Remind myself I'm alive. Give as much as you can to then get as much as you can out of it. Be true to yourself. Oh, how amazing is that saying? Be true to yourself. And it's like hit a new layer for me. Oh, yes. So when to meditate is, and that's like a two-pronged question. So when in your daily routine or nightly routine, or when you're feeling something or the urge. For me, the when is we should just make it a practice. Just make it a practice like you would drinking water. Make it a practice as you would going to the bathroom. Even using that time to tune into yourself. because it's a time when you're alone. It's a time when it's just you. It's you and your bodily function. Tune into your body. Nothing like getting grounded at that time, hey? So when during the day is kind of like going to be up to you. What suits your daily lifestyle. I do it several times a day. That's what I suggest doing now, especially since it's come up twice in the cards the next 2 weeks anyway, is tuning into yourself and harmonizing, tuning into yourself and reconciling. Really important. Train the brain to keep focused on that which is your truth. Keep your brain focused on that which brings you joy, keeps you healthy, keeps you empowered. We're never going to remove fear. It's a normal response. What's happened now is we live in fear, and that's not normal. And we've got to challenge that fear. You've got to be courageous to challenge. You've got to be courageous to go, is that true? And then, and what? Okay, so that's the fear, and what about it? And is it something that, is it danger? Danger's different to fear. So if the fear is attached to danger, fair enough, do something about the danger. If the fear is just fear, then you need to challenge that. And meditation can help you. It's all a process. It's how to start retraining the brain, especially during these times of harmonizing, learning how to self-care, taking responsibility for your own energies, your own actions, and your health. That is absolutely your, and I think doing research, that'll help. Googling, there's on my website, I have a PDF that you can download regarding meditation with all the different styles, because there's many different styles. So knowing the different styles helps you choose, okay, this is the kind of meditation I'm going to do. And sometimes it can be gardening, because that's occupying this left brain, which then as you're gardening and you're pulling out weeds, you could be training your brain to focus on the present moment with the task at hand. You could be using that moment to mull over something, to find a solution to. Swimming, walking, gardening, all the things that occupy your left brain that are kind of like repetitive, that don't need that logical process to actually kick in, helps you hear the quiet voice of your intuitive brain. And this is where we hear the answers. The answers lay within. And I think hence the meditation. So then it becomes the why to meditate. The why to meditate really is to calm the mind, take captain of your own ship again, learn to self-soothe, self-regulate, self-correct. We can't do any of those things when we're fully distracted outside of ourselves 24/7. There's got to be that time where you can come within, feel yourself, hear yourself. Especially if you're feeling discordant, especially if you are feeling triggered, especially if you are feeling in that state of being, it'll help you come back into a harmonious state. And then when you are harmonious, when you are feeling good, is you can come and sit into the garden, have the sun shining on your face, and just have deep gratitude in your heart and listen to the birds. It's a gentle breeze. It really is quite a beautiful start to the day. So meditate. There are so many benefits. They've even done scientific studies on meditation. It's been proven to lower blood pressure, slow down the cardiovascular system. That's a good thing. Restore balanced function to the digestive system. Because you've got to remember, okay, if I'm not in a meditative state, which is like a relaxed state, then what state am I in? You could be in a neutral state, that's pretty good, but you don't want to be in a tense, stress state, because that does have an impact on your physical body. Meditation can relax the nervous system, relieve muscle tension, diminish the intensity of headaches, relieve insomnia, reduce anxiety, improve depression. It also has the ability to free the mind from self-doubt and internal chatter, generate optimism, improve self-esteem, confidence and motivation. How good is that? So I'm just going to read some of the different styles. And there's always your own style as well, which is probably what I do. So there's concentrative meditation. That's when you focus your attention on an image, a sound, a mantra, or breathing or object with the intent of stilling the mind. So that could be one way of doing it, and then there comes a point where, well, I guess it's the energy and the words and what it is the mantra is as to what you use it for. And there would be different mantras for different intents. So that's another rabbit hole to squirrel down. One of the most basic forms is just to focus on your breathing. I like the box breathing, where you breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, hold for 4, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, breathe out for 4. That really helps regulate me. And there's something about that what they call the box breathing, that helps to harmonize my mind and my vibration. There's mindfulness meditation, which is quite the opposite to concentrative meditation, as it involves opening your awareness to the endless procession of thoughts, sounds, sensations. It's to fully experience to being here and now. So it would be me tuning my ears into the birds, the insects, maybe the sound of a car. Yeah, an undertone, an underlying vibration. Then the smells of being outside, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the breeze on my arms, looking at the snow peas. I'm going to have a crop of snow peas. So that's like mindfulness meditation. And you can even do it with your eyes open. It's like really honing in on this moment, this time. There's quick meditation. This is a variant of the concentrative meditation, but with a body scan thrown in. The body scan is what I do. Toes to head. And then that really just calms me. I guess sometimes if I'm feeling I'm ungrounded, do the head to the toes, because then that brings you down into your body. You imagine as you're coming up and out. For me, I just find as I'm coming up, that harmonizes me. Sometimes if I'm too high, I need to come back into my body, back into, present moment. Yes, I've been off in the ethers. Oh, good morning, Megan. Hello, beautiful. And box breathing balances you. I know. It's just, and I've only just come across it, and I'm so glad I have. It's another tool in the toolkit. There's walking meditation, and you've seen probably some monks do this, and they walk so slowly, and that is such a practice that it's hard to even detect motion. But for me, as not a monk, I mean me, a walking meditation is I bring my focus into my stride, I bring my focus into my hips, I bring my focus into my balance, I bring my focus into my environment. And this is, this meditation is bringing your attention to your actions and sensations as you're walking. So you're not out there, you're actually in your body with that walking sensation. There's transcendental meditation, and this is by far the most thoroughly researched style of meditation. It's a simple mental technique, and the most common way to learn this meditation is with an instructor who gives you a word or phrase which you do not divulge to anyone else. You're told to sit quietly with your eyes closed and repeat the mantra over and over again for 20 minutes at a time. So that's what I mean. It's like, be mindful of what you repeat, because when you get into those altered brain waves, your conscious is on the same level as unconsciousness. So for me, and we're all different, but through my lens is I don't want to overlay on stuff that I actually need to be exploring. I don't want to overlay, I actually want to enhance or harmonize. So it's like, be really mindful of why you're doing your prayers and why you're doing your mantras. Are you overlaying, or are you using it as a way to harmonize and explore? Vipassana, sometimes called insight meditation, is originally a Buddhist practice. And there's two main types. There's formal and informal. Informal involves turning the everyday tasks and day-to-day living into distinct moments of experience, which they are. We just don't give them meaning. And that's the other thing I've been realizing the other day, was understanding the meaning I give things and how deep that meaning can go. It can be even rabbit holes in itself, the meaning I can give things. But why not give the mundane meaning? Why not make the everyday sacred as a ritual? I think that would even transform people's lives, living that way. Another style is creative visualization, and that's your guided meditations. Vibrational meditation, which is also sounding meditation. And it's choosing a word to say. So vibrational medicine, saying the word, then repeat the word, chant the word. That's a bit like the transcendental one. And it's funny, have you ever repeated a word to yourself and in the end you go, doesn't sound right anymore? Doesn't even make sense? I've done that. Movement meditation, that can be not walking but dancing or just moving. That's another beautiful form of meditation, because again, it's occupying that left brain, and that frees your creative, intuitive brain to just flow. The body scan meditation and the instant calming sequence. So there's a number of ways to meditate. So meditation may be done in silence and stillness, by using voice and sound, or by engaging the body in movement. All forms emphasize the training of attention. It all goes to helping retrain your brain, because you retrain that brain, that actually has an impact on your life experience. And that's the reason why we're coming to meditation, is to either enhance our life experience, to expand our life experience, or to reconcile our life experience. And meditation has the ability to do all of that and more. So I choose meditation at this time, several times a day, of the body scan, but also at the time of the body scan, as I'm scanning each part of my body, I'm sending it harmonious thoughts, love, peace, calm, relax, release, forgive, let go. So I'm actually not holding any tension in my body, but I'm not holding any gnarly energy in my body. And then coming back to the mind at the same time and reminding myself of the spiritual truths, the universal principles, the trainings, the wisdom. It's all, we repeat going through the education system. That's another rabbit hole in itself. Until we learn something. It's no different of even learning spirituality, learning meditating, learning hypnotherapy, learning music, learning art. It's practice. It's the same with retraining our brains. It's practice. Especially if it's deliberately choosing to walk yourself towards the life experience you want. Choosing to deliberately choose that for yourself because you know how good it makes you feel. That harmonizes you, that helps to repair and remedy any of that pain or trauma, so that your life experience becomes an experience of love, of courage, of spontaneity, of experience. It's like, what meaning are you giving life? When you start to really hone in on that, and then just not the thoughts, because with thoughts there's like an intent, which is like an energy. What's underneath it? What are you thinking? Those thoughts, what energy is it carrying? So if you approach things as sacred, as ritual, as special, as unique, as you would your plants, as you would your loved things, as you would, why can't we expand that out to include ourselves? Why can't we expand that out to include a world that's gone mad? Don't contribute, don't perpetuate, be a solution, and just be the anomaly. Sorry, the sun's bright. Be you. That's my advice. And I think meditation's going to help us find that. I think meditation's going to help us realize that when we get stuck in the left brain, when we get stuck in that analytical thought process, we've lost. We're not lost. We've become lost. Meditation will help us find our way back again. Even if it's choices and decisions that are uncomfortable, even if it's choices and decisions that are absolutely life-changing, gut-wrenching, heartbreaking. You've got to reconcile the crossroads that you're at, so that your movement forward is one of total ownership and acceptance. And that was the other cards that came out, that is that there is deep satisfaction in knowing that we actually have turned a corner and moving away from turbulent waters. But it comes down to your focus and where you're leading yourself. You lead yourself into harmony. You lead yourself into bliss. You lead yourself into joy. And that's why you meditate. That's why we meditate, and that's going to be my practice. So have a beautiful day, beautiful beings. It's a beautiful start to the day. I'm just looking at the pink flowers over there. I'm looking at the sage. I'll turn the camera around. Such healthy lettuce, and the sage. And the snow peas coming up on that. Carrots are doing well. So, needs weeding. So I'll sign off now. Have a beautiful day and take good care. Aho, amen. So mote it be.